Hey guys, what's up? So in this video, I wanted to show you a very quick way of being able to book in a couple of extra meetings every single month, completely automatically. And the way that you do this is through what's called subsequences. So this is just an example campaign that we're running right now. This is just the start of the campaign with the subsequences, but the subsequences, basically what they do is you've got your main campaign, main sequence, that's sending the emails out. Now, if someone responds, then you can either manually respond or you can push them into a subsequence. Pushing them into a subsequence can be done a couple of different ways, and I'll show you. So if you go over to set up subsequences, you can go over to the lead condition, and this will say add leads based on lead categories. Or you can add leads based on text contained. So this could be like if they say the word interested, but then it could also, you want to make sure it's very specific. So I am interested, or yes, I'm interested. Sure, send some more information. So if it detects that they've responded with that text, it'll get automatically added to the subsequence. And the subsequence will basically be a predetermined number of messages that you send them over several days. Just as if you were sending them a regular sequence, it just gets pushed into a separate sequence underneath the main sequence, if that makes sense. So you can see here, add leads based on text, re-engagement process, etc. And then you can also set it to when you want to add them to the subsequence. So again, this is all happening completely automatically, right? But for most of ours, what we'll do is if someone responds to us, right, we'll respond the first time in that message. But then after we've responded, all we do is we mark the lead as information requested. Now you can do this automatically where if you set up your sentiment analysis with AI, that's for a whole separate video. But if you set that up and connect that to GPT, you should be able to actually set it up so that it reads information requests properly. And then it'll get automatically added to the subsequence. And basically what's going to mean is once the prospects message me and then I've responded to that person, they'll get added to the subsequence. So if they then don't respond, this is what happens a lot of times. The prospect you get a reply from the prospect, you then follow up, and then all of a sudden they've ghosted you. You have no idea where they are, or whatever. Instead of like having to think, God, I have to follow up with all these different people, this allows you to automatically follow up with all these people, and you can set the cadence and everything, and you can set the different conditions and everything. I'm just showing you like a very basic example of how it could be. And you might go into like sequence, and then you can see it's exactly the same sequence editors as you would have before. In this case, we just have 3 emails. We have email 1, email 2, email 3, 3 days apart, 5 days apart. It's just basic. And then this first one gets sent 2 days after they have been added to the sequence. So if they were added to the sequence on like a Thursday, they'll get sent the email on like a Saturday or a Monday. I can't remember if they do it over the weekends. You can set the schedule. Actually, yeah, you can set the schedule and you can see if they do it over the weekend or not. And it would just basically be like that. Now, if the lead responds to any of the messages, even the original message and either the original sequence, they will be stopped in the subsequence. You can set it to that. So don't worry if like, oh, they're going to get like follow-ups and stuff. Like if they respond after they've been added to subsequence, they will no longer have like follow-up emails or anything like that. So you're all sorted and all good in that case. One very important detail as well, which is a small thing, is this little cog icon with campaign settings. You want to make sure that these settings are actually done the same way as you would do your original campaign. So make sure that you're getting enhanced email sending delivery with Gmail to Gmail, Outlook to Outlook. You can also select the categorization and stuff as well. But then this one's really important. Ignore mailbox sending limits. So it just basically means in your original campaign, in the setup, you're going to have like limitations. So in the setup here, you're going to have, if I go schedule campaign, it's going to say max number of leads to reach out to per day per campaign. You're going to have that in the original campaign, and you can also set it for here. However, this allows you to basically override it. So if you've got leads that you've hit your sending limit on the original campaign, this will still allow the subsequence to carry on going, because the subsequence is usually a lot smaller. Like there's way less leads in there because you're only really dealing with people who have responded or followed up. Then there's going to be less. So it's not going to like impact anything if you're just following up and going a little bit over the sending limit. So that's how we do it. And then we would just schedule it and send it and do it like that. But yeah, super, super simple. It works very well. And you can book in like a couple of extra meetings completely automatically just by doing that. You don't really need to do anything else. Once you've set up the sequence, it just runs and then you can duplicate it into different campaigns. So yeah, hope that was useful. If you are looking to book in more meetings and you need some help with it, and that's what we do, feel free to book in a call below with the link below. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.